Space is truly the final frontier when it comes to new discoveries. Every year, month, and even day, scientists are working hard to try and crack the code of our universe. This results in tons of amazing discoveries being made all the time. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 space discoveries. Object on the edge of Saturn's ring. We all know about Saturn's rings. Those big disks made up of thousands upon thousands of rocks, dust particles, and other space bits that circle around the second largest planet in our solar system. What you may not know of is the discovery made in 2013 of a mysterious object on the edge of a gas giant's famous rings. Back in 2013, scientists working with NASA's Cassini project managed to spot an object by the edge of Saturn's A-ring. Scientists were baffled at the discovery and gave it an equally baffling name of Peggy. The odd object was first seen on April 15, 2013, by a total accident. Cassini's cameras were pointed towards a small moon called Prometheus. Prometheus orbits Saturn between the planet's rings. As Cassini was positioned in Prometheus's view, researcher Carl Murray of Queen Mary University of London noticed something rather peculiar on A-ring's edge. At a talk during the 2013 American Geophysical Union conference, Murray said, "I've not seen anything like this personally in the A-ring." Since Murray began his work investigating the strange object on the day of his mother-in-law's 80th birthday, he decided to name it after her, and thus Peggy was born. Peggy is believed to be about 1 kilometre across. This makes it too small to be a moon, or a small variety called a moonlet. A physicist named Matthew Hedman, an academic working from the University of Idaho, also played a role in Cassini's imaging project. Matthew Hedman wasn't involved in the mysterious object, but he stated that what Murray observed was a disturbance in the rings. Unfortunately, we still don't know what Peggy actually is. One theory suggests Peggy is actually a gathering of matter that's collapsed under its own gravitational weight. It's believed that a number of moons orbiting Saturn were created this way. They initially started as build-up of materials before forming small satellite objects. If this is the case, the discovery of Peggy would be the first time this process has been seen happening. There's also a possibility that Peggy could be known as a transient feature. This is a collection of material that's formed to make something larger before breaking up again. However, when Murray went back into Cassini's archives to check whether this was the case, he was able to find images of Peggy as far back as June 2012. The team working on the Cassini project have put forward a further examination of Peggy. This will hopefully shine some light on its nature in the near future. Scientists are especially observant during certain parts of the year, when the gravitational balance from the 2 moons named Janus and Epimetheus causes the A-ring to expand outwards. The Cow bright flash seen in Hercules constellation. In June 2018, an unprecedented burst of explosive light covered space and hovered above the skies of Earth for several weeks. This event originated from the centre of the Hercules constellation. This is over 200 million light-years away. The light emitted during this event had the same intensity of around 100 supernovas. It made headlines across the world before disappearing back into the ether. The strange event was given the name the Cow, which was shortened from the randomly generated name AT-2018 Cow. The Cow was by no means an average supernova event. We now know the Cow could very well have been the first birth of a black hole or neutron star seen from Earth in recorded history. From theory, we know that when a star collapses, neutron stars and black holes are born. That said, we've never actually seen this happen. At the 223rd meeting of the American Astronomical Society in Seattle, researchers from dozens of different observatories collaborated to observe the Cow from as many lenses as possible. All over the world, telescopes watched the Cow as it blasted across the skies before disappearing a few days later. Through a combined effort, the astronomers pulled their resources together to image the Cow in vivid detail. This multi-telescope effort helped to show that the cow's display was something never seen before in modern human history. One unusual aspect of the cow was how impressively fast it dissipated. Once it appeared over the skies of our planet, it took less than 16 days for it to use the majority of its energy. During this period, it shot out hydrogen and helium particles at lightning-fast speeds. This short lifespan is much faster than what's expected when it comes to other similar explosions. These can sometimes take years to complete. As the cow began to fade from the cosmos, researchers were able to see right into the centre of the explosive light display. What they saw was amazing. Brewing in the middle of the cow, there was something incredibly hot and radioactive. It was spilling radiation out that lingered for months after the lights had faded. Because of all these observations, scientists strongly believe that what we witnessed was the formation of a black hole or neutron star. The amazing display of light's sudden disappearance just shortly after it appeared is explained by it being pulled in by the mysterious object's gravity at light speed. If this is true, the cow would be the first-hand recorded instance of a black hole or neutron star formation. Its proximity to Earth makes it even more spectacular. Since 200 million light-years is relatively close in context of the scope of the universe, this event is the closest kind of transient object that researchers have been able to observe. The cow has been a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for modern astronomers, as well as stargazers. It was an incredible chance to see one of the most powerful and most gargantuan processes in the universe play out right in front of our eyes. The star that wouldn't die. When a star collapses, it either explodes or becomes a black hole. These explosions are known as supernovae. They're a fairly common occurrence in a universe filled with stars. Despite this process being normal, astronomers at Las Cumbres Observatory, also known as LCO, found an exciting outlier. What they found was a star that just refused to collapse. Over 50 years, the researchers found this specific star exploded multiple times. However, it seemed to avoid collapsing every time. The supernova, with the name IPTF-14HLS, was found in September 2014. This was by the Palomar Transient Factory. Initially, it looked like any other supernova. However, after months of examination, the LCO astronomers realised this supernova was showing characteristics that had never been seen before. Specifically, the characteristics of getting brighter even after previously exploding. Typically, supernovas grow to their maximum brightness and then dim over a time span of around 100 days. This oddball, however, has gone through different stages of being bright and dim, at least 5 times over the past 2 years. When researchers began to investigate more closely, they took a look at archival data. This showed that there was an explosion in the same space location in 1954. Somehow, the star stayed alive even after the explosion and lived on to explode again in 2014. The study focused on this strange space oddity was led by Dr. Ayer Arkavi, a NASA fellow at LCO and the University of California, Santa Barbara. The work was published in Nature, and speaking of the report, the doctor stated, "This supernova breaks everything we thought we knew about how they work. It's the biggest puzzle I've ever encountered in almost a decade of studying stellar explosions." The lead study estimates the exploding star was at a minimum 50 times bigger than our Sun. In fact, this specific supernova might just be the largest star explosion ever witnessed. The sheer scope of this explosion could help to explain why the event was so unusual. Perhaps conditions for stellar explosions change on larger masses. One theory states that supernova IPTF-14HLS might be what is known as a pulsational pair instability supernova. This means that huge stars reach such soaring temperatures in their centres that energy converts into antimatter. This would cause an explosion that blows off the outer layers of the star and leaves the core complete. This process can repeat over decades before the large final explosion and collapses to a black hole. The leader of the LCO supernova group, Andy Howell, said the discovery of these explosions were only expected to be seen in the early universe and that they should be extinct today. This is like finding a dinosaur still alive in modern day. The supernova group led by Andy Howell is continuing to monitor the strange supernova, which is still glowing brightly even years after its discovery. Luckily, the LCO is uniquely equipped. It's now able to conduct long-term observation. For years now, it's monitored the supernova every couple of days in order to keep a detailed log of its activity. So what do you make of these space discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community, whilst working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.